everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today my face won't be in the camera. We'll just be looking at the food we got today. I'm gonna be frying some chicken tenders today. I'm gonna show you my method that I like to use when I fry my chicken tenders, and I'm also gonna be making some pasta noodles that I have here. These are like pasta nests. I'm going to be using these, and we'll also be using this creamy basil Alfredo sauce with the noodles. And we're going to have us some chicken tenders over a bed of creamy basil Alfredo pasta noodles. So let's get right down to it. The first thing I like to do is I like to season my chicken. I'm going to show y'all what I got here to season my chicken. Hold on, looks like I'm missing something. Hold on, guys, I'm missing a seasoning. Okay, guys, I got everything that I need. I got some garlic salt here. I got, of course, my favorite Creole seasoning. And then, of course, another one of my favorite complete seasoning. I got to get to the grocery store, guys. There's other seasons that I like to use, but these are definitely the seasons that I use on these dishes that I make. So it's kind of be simple for you to go get these few seasonings and use them for several different kind of meals. Okay, you season your chicken thoroughly. As y'all know, I like to make sure I season my food well. Okay, I don't want to add in too much garlic salt. Be careful with that Creole seasoning because it will make you feel like you want to sneeze. Because I almost did. Okay, I'm going to just add a little bit of this garlic salt, not too much. And then let me open up this here and add in a little bit of this, the complete seasoning. You want to make sure you stir it up real thoroughly. And after you've done that, you want to take some mustard. Make sure it's not honey mustard. Make sure that it's just regular plain mustard. It doesn't matter what brand mustard, as long as it's the regular kind. You don't want to use any kind of mustard with any honey or in it or anything like that, because whenever you put the chicken, once it's battered and you put it into the grease, it's going to burn it up quickly and it's not going to get the taste you want. Adding mustard to your chicken, a lot of people may know, a lot of people might not know, but it's a good way to get the batter to stick, and it also just gives it a good flavor. You want to be generous with the mustard. You want to make sure you coat your chicken good. You know, you can always wash your hands, so don't be afraid to get in there. And you do want to wash your hands very well, because this is chicken and we don't want no salmonella, you know. So you want to mix it thoroughly. I'm going to add a little bit more mustard. And like I said, this mustard helps with the flavor, and it also helps the flour to stick. I'm going to step off. I'm going to go over here and wash my hands real quick before I add the flour. Okay, and then you need your flour. You're going to want to pour it in here, just plain flour. It can be all purpose is what I'm going to use. Pour you some flour in here. You're going to want to make sure you completely coat and cover your chicken. And you're going to want to kind of shake it around. You can use your hands too. Make sure you get all of the meat covered with the flour. You don't want to miss anything, so you can make sure that your chicken's going to be nice and flaky and crunchy. So you want to make sure you get that flour on there real good. And then I got my oil over here, guys. I'm going to go ahead and set it to a medium-high heat so the oil can get hot. I'm going to set it in between 7 and 8. And as you see, you want to make sure that you're turning the chicken around, getting it nice and coated like so. I got my water over here boiling for these noodles. I'm not going to cook this whole pack of noodles. I'm going to put the rest in a Ziploc bag. I think I'm going to cook about 3 nests because my husband's at work. Oh, excuse me. The seasoning. My husband's at work and he's not going to get off till late tonight. And he's bringing us some salads home to eat. So this is the meal that I'm going to cook for my girls. And so I'm not going to make too many noodles. So I feel like 2 or 3 of the little noodle nests will be enough, especially for the amount of Alfredo sauce that I have. Alright guys, this chicken is ready to go in the grease. We're just waiting for it to get hot. Whenever the grease gets hot, then I'll come back. I'll show you how long you need to keep your chicken in the grease before you know that it's fried and it's done. And then I'll show you what I like to do with my water before I put my noodles in. And then I'm going to show you a couple tricks that I do with my noodles before I put the sauce on it. And then this meal will be complete. This is a really quick and easy meal, something really yummy and delicious that you can make for your kids, for your family, you know, that won't take long and will taste really good. So as I said, I'm waiting for the grease to be done and to get hot. And once the grease is at the temperature that I need it to be, then I'll come back and I'll start showing you what consistency that your chicken needs to look when you know when it's about done. All right. Okay guys, I wanted to come over here to my water that I got boiling for my noodles. This is the bowl I got here to sit my chicken in once, you know, I start frying and I need to sit it out. My water is boiling, and what I want to do is I want to add a little salt to my water because it helps give the noodles a flavor. You will tell the difference if you add a little salt. So I'm not really giving a measurement. I'm just sprinkling a little bit in here. The water's pretty much boiled enough, so I'm going to go ahead and open my noodles and place them in here. It says on the pack here that the cooking time is 6 minutes, so we're going to cook them 6 minutes. After I cook my noodles, I like to add a little butter to melt over them once I put them in before I add the sauce to kind of give them, you know, an extra good flavor, you know. I'm all about a good flavor in my food, as you see. I think I'm going to use 4 nests. Maybe enough. Or maybe 5. Okay. 5 will be enough, guys. Because they will expand and get bigger than that. And then you don't want to make too much unless you're trying to make a big amount. Okay, so we have these in here. And we want to let these cook for 6 minutes. Once these get cooked, and we'll come back to those, but right now we're still waiting on the grease to get hot, so I'll be back when the grease is hot. Alright guys, the grease is hot. I'm going to go ahead and add in the chicken. And I'd say since these are kind of big, I only add in about 3 if your pan's is small. And we still got our noodles over here cooking. I'm thinking about going ahead and making this little segment of me cooking, maybe like a thing that I do once or twice a week, until I figure out a good schedule with it. But there's some other things that I have coming up for you guys that I want to make. I'm going to make some homemade donuts. I do want to make my tour of Italy dish that I talked about when I was making my plain spaghetti video. I like to recreate Olive Garden's plain spaghetti dish. I'd like to make strawberry cheesecake poke cake that I've made before. There's a lot of different things that I want to make for you guys on this channel. So I think that I'm going to make this little segment that I do, and I'm going to call it Joy's Kitchen. So I hope y'all are enjoying these. I feel like a lot of people are. I also know how to make tamales. I want to show y'all my spin on tamales. You know, I like to always kind of give a recipe my own kind of spin, you know, because a lot of people, the way that I make my tamales, some of the steps I follow are the same and some of them are not. And, you know, that's the good thing about food. You can pretty much, you know, try and do different things that you want, you know, as long as it tastes good, because obviously you don't want to eat something that doesn't taste good. But my big thing about the meals that I cook is I like to make, I guess you could call it, I wouldn't even call it soul food. Some of the things I cook are soul food, but I just love to have really good, flavorful meals. I don't like bland things. No matter what it is, I try to really kick up the flavor in some kind of way. Alright, guys. These noodles are getting close to being done. Okay, as you see, this chicken is starting to get brown. I kind of like to turn mine over because I want to make sure that they don't start to burn on either side. You don't want them to start burning. And you want to keep cooking them until they they're nice and golden brown. Now, if you've never cooked chicken before and you're not sure, then maybe you want to get you a thermometer. But me, I can pretty much eye when they're done because I've been doing this for so long. But if you're unsure, you should get you a thermometer or even take one and break it open. Make sure it isn't pink because you don't want to be serving anybody raw chicken. You don't want anybody to get sick. So if you're not sure, you can always cut it open or use a thermometer. But you always want to make sure that you cook your fried chicken thoroughly. Now, frying chicken tenders is much easier than frying like chicken breast or chicken that's like that has the bone in it, because it seems like it's harder to tell when it's done and it takes longer to fry. I myself don't like to fool with chicken that way. Now, I plan on buying me an air fryer soon, so this whole method here would have been so much easier, but I have yet to get me one just yet. But I will be getting one real soon, and when I do, I will be reviewing it for you guys. Because I feel like an air fryer will be, you know, less dangerous than this, because if you don't know what you're doing, you can really hurt yourself using this, you know, I would call it the old school method, since they got the air fryers now that makes it so much easier. So if you could get one of those, you have one of those, it would be much easier to just use that. But if you want to do it this way and you feel like you can be careful enough, then do it. But be very careful, because this hot grease ain't nothing to play with, baby. It ain't nothing to play with at all. That's why I always tell my children when I'm in the kitchen cooking, stay out of here. Okay, guys, the chicken is looking good. It's getting a golden brown color. I'm going to let it cook for a few more minutes, and then I'll be back once I get the chicken out. Once the noodles are done, I'll also show y'all the way that I like to, what I like to do with them before I put my sauce over them. And then this video will pretty much be done, guys. This will be kind of a short video. After I put it all together, I guess it'll be less than 20 minutes, but this video is going to kind of be short. This is not a really in-depth meal. It's just something simple and quick. Alright, guys, I'll be back. Okay, I just wanted to show y'all how you want your chicken tender to look, guys. This is how you want it to look. It looks really good and crispy, and when you bite into it, it's going to be nice and crunchy, and the flavor is really going to be done soaked into the meat. If you can just really get a close-up look at that, guys. It looks delicious. Alright. Okay, guys, I wanted to show y'all real quick what I'm going to do with these noodles. Like I said, I didn't make too many of the noodles because my oldest daughter, she doesn't really care too much for these type pasta noodles. I put in, I'd say, about 1.5 teaspoons of butter in here, and I want to just let it kind of melt around the noodles while they're hot. I took these off the fire a little before they were done, guys, because I'm going to put the sauce back on them, and then I'm going to sit them on the fire and let them cook for a little bit longer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pour my sauce in. This is what I'm using. creamy basil Alfredo. Let me be careful of this grease, guys, but creamy basil Alfredo. Gonna pour it on in. I'm gonna stir it up like so. And this, I love the creamy basil Alfredo sauce because the smell is wonderful, the taste is wonderful. And like I said, I'm gonna put it back over the fire for a few minutes. I'm gonna add in a little sprinkle of Italian seasoning, not much, a little, like I said. Italian seasoning will give off a weird kind of taste if you're not careful. Let me turn my tenders, guys. I don't want them to burn. Like I said, I like to make sure that I keep turning my tenders. Okay, a little oregano. Just a little bit, because there's basil in here, no oregano, but a little bit. And I'm going to return this to the fire, guys. I'm going to let this cook for a few minutes. Let me hold it up so y'all can see it. I'm going to return this to the fire and let it kind of get warm a little bit for a few minutes so that butter can thoroughly melt. And I'm putting that on a low heat. I put it on about 3. I'm going to keep a close eye on it. And then we'll be ready to plate everything in a minute. I'm not going to sit here and fry all my tenders on camera because I have a couple of them. Because whenever I fry chicken tenders for my kids, I always fry a couple of them so they can have some for tomorrow's meal. I always try to plan ahead for tomorrow's meal. So let me go ahead and get a plate because I'll be ready to plate soon for you guys. Alright guys, we have here the finished product. What I want to do is I'm going to add something a little extra. I have Parmesan cheese here. I'm going to sprinkle a little Parmesan cheese over my noodles, of course. Just a little. And I'm also going to sprinkle a little bit over my chicken. And then what I want to do is I want to add in a little of this oregano over the top. Kind of just a little small kind of garnish, so to speak. And voila, guys. Finished meal. We have your fried chicken tenders. Seasoned really good, really crispy crust. You have Parmesan cheese on top with a little oregano. And that's the finished meals, guys. I have to finish doing the rest of my chicken, but I wanted to go ahead and plate this up and show y'all guys. So that's it for another episode of Joy's Kitchen. Hit that notification bell so you don't never miss a video. Please, guys, hit that like button, and like my daughter said, like, comment, and subscribe. And also, I want to thank everybody who has subscribed to my channel and has been supporting me. Like I said, I don't know if I mentioned in my last videos, but I meant to mention that I will be doing shout-outs. There's nothing that you have to do for these shout-outs. I'm just going to be choosing a lot of people that I really enjoy watching and their content, and I feel like they're really worthy of a shout-out because I know that everybody works really hard on their channel to provide content, and it's not always easy. So I kind of wanted to do my part in helping put other people's channel out there. So alright guys, let me show y'all one more look at this food here. Alright, I'm gone. So like I said, hit that like button, comment down below on what you thought about this dish, and don't forget to subscribe. Tell them, baby. Like, comment, subscribe. Alright guys, bye.